Hiya guys, Gary again, doing my thing as a scholar of Indology, specifically Indian religion and philosophy. I get a lot of comments online that Buddhism isn't a religion because religion is simply about belief in a god. Buddhism is instead, it is said, a way of life or mere practice. I want to challenge this idea and push the argument that religion is not necessarily about a belief in God or any other supernatural power actually, but about much more than one essential feature. Things like practice, salvation, community, tradition. All religions share this sort of family resemblance, and they're concerned with the same core questions. The etymology of the word religion also points in a different direction than theism. One proposed route, religare, means to bind together. So to me, this suggests a focus on communal ties, shared forms of life, collective obligations, a culture. Another, religere, means to go over carefully or to observe precisely. And that aligns with things like ritual practice, fidelity to tradition, and disciplined repetition, which we know are features of monastic communities. Neither of these origins imply that religion is synonymous with belief in God or supernatural entities. Both of them emphasise a lived practice and a communal engagement, and this is the common format for every major religion, some of the little ones too. All religions are practices, all religions are ways of life. If we think about religions phenomenologically, so what the features that they share, we can sort of get a more coherent picture. So most religions include a soteriology or a salvific method, a conception of the human condition and a path towards some form of transformation, some sort of liberation, whether that takes the form of outright salvation like Christianity, enlightenment, release from dissatisfactions and suffering. They also present a cosmology that situates our human life within this larger narrative or structure, whether through concepts like karma and rebirth, divine realms, eschatology, all this sort of stuff. Religions also necessarily involve communities, monastic orders, the Sangha, churches, temples, other organised community groups, providing some sort of structure for teaching, for praxis, and importantly for transmission. And these communities are what give religion the social and institutional dimension that's central to its function and to its survival. Another consistent feature is ritual, whether that's in the form of meditation, chanting, sacrificial rites, liturgy, pilgrimage, all these other types of repeated practices. Ritual gives a concrete expression to the worldview and soteriology of the religious tradition in question. It also shapes the sort of rhythms and the habits of the religious life, not just of the monks and monasticism, but of the laity. Most religions include worship or veneration. So this doesn't require theism either. Even bowing before a Buddha image or honouring the ancestors reflects a reverence towards an ideal or a lineage or some metaphysical principle or truth, rather than necessarily a devotion to a creator deity or a god. And worship in this sense just refers to a kind of orientation of the practitioner towards what is regarded as ultimately significant. Okay? Taken together, all right, these features provide a more accurate and inclusive way of understanding religion. I think this is important. Theism is one possible expression within this wider structure, but it's not the defining criterion. So some religions are theistic, we know this. Some are polytheistic, some, like Buddhism, are non-theistic. Some don't bother with supernatural principles or entities whatsoever. It's not a concern. So what they share isn't a belief in God, but a combination of sort of cultural practices, cosmologies, communities, and a soteriological aim or orientation. So, on my view, religion can be understood as a communal, ritually enacted, sort of cosmologically grounded path of human transformation. Theistic belief then fits within this framework, but it doesn't constitute the entirety of it. So I hope that makes things a little bit clearer, because I've been having this debate a lot online over the past week or so, and before that. And also, I was wearing a shirt when I came to work today, but it's too bloody hot, so I apologise. Hence why I look like a scruff, hence why some of you lot go, why did we listen to him? Well, anyway, cheers for listening. Questions in the comments.